In the heart of Berlin, there is a tale that has been passed down through generations, a story of a mysterious and creepy woman known as the Berlin Witch. According to the legend, the Berlin Witch was a powerful sorceress who lived in the city in the late 1800s. She was said to have had long, tangled hair, a hooked nose, and piercing eyes that could see into the very depths of a person's soul. Many people feared the Berlin Witch and believed that she had the power to cast spells and curses on those who crossed her path. Some even whispered that she had made a pact with the devil himself, and that her powers were limitless. As the story goes, one dark and stormy night, a group of young men decided to test the legend of the Berlin Witch. They ventured out into the streets of Berlin, determined to find her and see if she was truly as powerful as everyone claimed. After searching for hours, they finally came across an old, run-down house on the outskirts of the city. The house was surrounded by a thick fog, and the windows were dark and foreboding. With trembling hands, the young men approached the house, and as they drew closer, they could hear the sound of cackling laughter coming from within. The door creaked open, and a haggard old woman appeared before them. "Who are you?" she cackled. "We're here to see the Berlin Witch," one of the young men replied, trying to sound brave. The old woman's eyes narrowed, and she beckoned them inside. The inside of the house was dimly lit, and the air was thick with the smell of incense and burning candles. As they followed the old woman deeper into the house, they suddenly found themselves in a room filled with strange symbols and strange artifacts. In the center of the room was a cauldron, bubbling with a thick, black liquid. The old woman pointed to the cauldron and spoke in a strange, guttural language. Suddenly, the liquid began to bubble and boil, and a figure appeared within the cauldron. It was the Berlin Witch, and she was more terrifying than any of the young men had ever imagined. Her eyes glowed with an eerie light, and her voice echoed through the room like a ghostly whisper. The young men were paralyzed with fear, and they knew that they had made a grave mistake by seeking out the Berlin Witch. They quickly fled the house and never spoke of the incident again. To this day, the legend of the Berlin Witch lives on in the hearts and minds of the people of Berlin. Some say that she still lurks in the shadows, waiting for unsuspecting travelers to stumble upon her lair. Others claim that her power has faded over time, and that the legend is nothing more than a spooky tale to tell around the campfire on a dark, stormy night. There are many other stories and legends surrounding the Berlin Witch, each one more eerie and unsettling than the last. Some say that she was born with a gift for magic, and that she used her powers for good, helping those in need and healing the sick. But others claim that she was a dark and malevolent force, using her powers to curse those who angered her or stood in her way. There are even rumors that she was responsible for a series of unexplained deaths and disappearances in the city, and that she had a legion of demonic followers who did her bidding. Regardless of the truth behind the legend, the story of the Berlin Witch has become deeply ingrained in the culture and folklore of the city. Many locals still tell stories of encounters with the witch or her minions, and some even claim to have seen her ghostly figure lurking in the shadows. Despite the fear and unease that surrounds the Berlin Witch, there are some who believe that she may still hold the key to unlocking the secrets of the universe. They say that her powers were beyond human understanding, and that she may have possessed knowledge and wisdom that could change the course of history itself. Whether she was a force for good or evil, the Berlin Witch remains a mystery to this day, a dark and enigmatic figure shrouded in legend and myth.